These words are so powerful, guys. I hope they're a blessing to you, as they are to me if you watch this. Psalm 61, to the chief musician upon Neganah, a psalm of David. Hear my cry, O God, attend unto my prayer. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee, when my heart is overwhelmed. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. For thou hast been a shelter for me, and a strong tower from the enemy. I will abide in thy tabernacle forever. I will trust in the covert of thy wings. Selah. Make my refuge. For thou, O God, hast heard my vows. Thou hast given me the heritage of those that fear thy name. Thou wilt prolong the king's life, and his years as many generations. Add days to the days of the king. He shall abide before God forever. Oh, prepare mercy and truth, which may preserve him. So will I sing praise unto thy name forever, that I may daily perform my vows. To the chief musician, to Jeduthun, a psalm of David. Truly my soul waiteth upon God. From him cometh my salvation. Truly only. Silence. Only my soul waiteth upon God. My soul is silent upon God. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. My high place. How long will ye imagine mischief against a man? Ye shall be slain, all of you. As a bowing wall shall ye be. As a bowing wall as ye shall be, and as a tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Selah, in the inward parts. My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. And God is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my strength, and my refuge is in God. Trust in him at all times. Ye people, pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. Selah. Surely men of low degree are vanity, and men of high degree are a lie. To be laid in the balance, they are altogether lighter than vanity. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. God hath spoken once, twice have I heard this, that power belongeth unto God. Power and strength also unto thee, O Lord, belongeth mercy. For thou renderest to every man according to his work. 63, a psalm of David, when he was in the wilderness of Judah. O God, thou art my God. Early will I seek thee. My soul thirsteth for thee. My flesh longeth for thee in a dry and thirsty land, where no water is. Weary without water, to see thy power and thy glory, so as I have seen thee in the sanctuary. Because thy loving kindness is better than life, my lips shall praise thee. Thus will I bless thee while I live. I will lift up my hands in thy name. My soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness, and my mouth shall praise thee with joyful lips. When I remember thee upon my bed, and meditate on thee in the night watches, because thou hast been my help, therefore in the shadow of thy wings will I rejoice. My soul followeth hard after thee, thy right hand upholdeth me. But those that seek my soul to destroy it shall go into the lower parts of the earth. They shall fall by the sword. They shall be a portion for foxes. They shall make him run out like water by the hands of the sword. But the king shall rejoice in God. Every one that sweareth by him shall glory. But the mouth of them that speak lies shall be stopped. '64. The Psalm of David. Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Wow, insurrection, yo. That is a word. A violent uprising against an authority or government. Hide me from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? An evil speech to hide his snares. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. We are consumed by that which they have thoroughly searched. Searched, but God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. Their wound shall be, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and all that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear, and shall declare the work of God, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord, and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. To the chief musician, the psalm and song of David. Praise waiteth for thee, O God, in Zion, and unto thee shall the vow be performed. O thou that hearest prayer, unto thee shall all flesh come. Iniquities prevail against me. As for our transgressions, thou shalt purge them away. Words or matters of iniquities. Iniquities, words, sentences in our minds that are not perfect, not loving, not pure, true, righteous, merciful, gracious, of good report. Blessed is the man whom thou choosest, and causest to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of thy holy temple. By terrible things in righteousness wilt thou answer us. O God of our salvation, who art the confidence of all the ends of the earth, and of them that are afar off upon the sea. Which by his strength setteth fast the mountains, being girded with power. Which stilleth the noise of the seas, the noise of their waves, and the tumult of the people. They also that dwell in the uttermost parts are afraid of at thy tokens. Thou makest the outgoings of the morning and evening to rejoice. Sing. Thou visitest the earth, and waterest it. Thou greatly enrichest it with the river of God, which is full of water. Thou preparest them corn, when thou hast so provided for it. After thou hast made it to desire rain, thou waterest the ridges thereof abundantly. Thou settest the furrows thereof. Thou makest it soft with showers. Thou blessest the springing thereof. Causeth rain to descend upon, dissolvest it. Thou crownest the year with thy goodness, and thy paths drop fatness. Thy drop upon the pastures of the wilderness, and the little hills rejoice on every side. Are girded with joy. The pastures are clothed with flocks. The valleys also are covered over with corn. They shout for joy. They also sing. Man, I want to redo 61 again because it's so freaking powerful. So is 62. A psalm of David, hear my cry, O God, attend unto my prayer. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. For thou hast been a shelter for me and a strong tower from the enemy. I will abide in thy tabernacle forever. I will trust in the covert of thy wings. For thou, O God, hast heard my vows. Thou hast given me the heritage of those that fear thy name. Thou wilt prolong the king's life, and his years as many generations. He shall abide before God forever. O prepare mercy and truth, which may preserve him. So will I sing praise unto thy name forever, that I may daily perform my vows. Oops. That's really intense. It's really intense reading because it's cold out here and I'm grounded to the earth. It's 39 degrees. So I'm breathing super deep and it's just really intense. It hasn't been this cold. I think it's the coldest I've had for months. Now I'm out here grounded to the cold earth, receiving the strength of God, the electrons from the earth He's provided for me. Oh man, that's so good though. So good. Genesis 14. And it came to pass in the days of Amraphel, king of Shamar, Arioch, king of Elasar, Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of nations, that these made war with Bera, king of Sodom, and with Berisha, king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Admah, and Shemaber, king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, which is Zoar. All these were joined together in the vale of Siddim, which is in the Salt Sea. 12 years they served Chedorlaomer, and in the 13th year they rebelled. Chedorlaomer. And in the 14th year came Chedorlaomer and the kings that were with him, and smote the Rephanes, and Ashtaroth, Karnaim, and the Zuzims, and Ham, and Emims, and Shaveh, Kiriathaim, the plain of Kiriathaim, and the Horites in their Mount Seir, unto El Paran, which is by the wilderness, the plain of Paran. And they returned and came to Enmishpat, which is Kadesh, and smote all the country of the Amalekites, and also the Amorites that dwelt in Hazezon Tamar. And there went out the king of Sodom, and the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Admah, and the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, the same is Zoar, and they joined battle with them in the vale of Siddim, with Chedorlaomer, the king of Elam, and with Tidal, king of nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Eleasar, 4 kings with 5. And the vale of Siddim was full of slime pits. And the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, and fell there, and they that remained fled to the mountain. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah, and all their victuals, and went their way. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. And there came one that had escaped, and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol, and brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abram. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants, born in his own house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan. And he divided himself against them, he and his servants, by night, and smote them, and pursued them unto Kobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus. And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot, and his goods, and the woman also, and the people. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer, and of the kings that were with him at the valley of Sheva, which is the king's dale. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High. And he blessed him, and said, Blessed be Abram of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth. And blessed be the Most High God, which hath delivered thine enemies into thy hand. And he gave them tithes of all. And the king of Sodom said unto Abram, Give me the persons, and take the goods to thyself. And Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have lift up mine hand unto the Lord, the Most High God, the possessor of heaven and earth, that I will not take from a thread even to a shoe latchet, and that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich, save only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men which went with me, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, let them take their portion. And show me what is wrong. Well, show me what it's for. Make me understand it. 'Cause I've been crawling in the dark, looking for the answer. Is there something more than what I've been handed? 'Cause I've been crawling in the dark, looking for the answer. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations or trials, knowing this, the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. If any of you will lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Let not the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted, or glory, but the rich in that he is made low, because as the flower of the grass he shall pass away. Let the rich man glory and rejoice when he is made low. For the sun is no sooner risen with a burning heat, but it withereth the grass, and the flower thereof falleth, and the grace of the fashion of it perisheth. So also shall the rich man fade away in his ways. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. Or evils, but every man is tempted when he is driven away of his own lust, or drawn away of his own lust, and enticed. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Do not err, my beloved brethren. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. Of his own will begat he us with the word of truth, that we should be a kind of first fruits of his creatures. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. So this is reminding me of the video with Ed Milet of the one woman whose husband committed suicide, who was a pastor. And I'll tell you guys, I've been kind of feeling that way the past few days, whatever reason. Today I don't. Yesterday I didn't either, but I mean a little bit maybe, but not severely, not the same degree, but so I'll just tell you, when he asked her, what did he say? Did he ever mention suicide? And what did you say about it? And she said, I said everything wrong. I said, that's super selfish of you. What the fuck is wrong with you, basically? Why would you even say that? He would never do that. And she really believed he would never do it. And then he did. And then she learned what she should have done. And she said, if someone says that to you, listen. And I just fucking burst out crying, man. Just resonated so true. If someone mentions suicide to them, to you, just listen. Just listen to them. Ask them questions. Ask them, why are they thinking of doing that? What problem are they trying to escape? Listen to them. It's so true. So I don't know if anybody's ever going to watch this, but I just, for myself, for others, I kind of want to volunteer a suicide freaking hotline. I kind of want to do that. Maybe when I have my own life under control first, or just start now and assume I have it, and I'm going to continue to. I'm never going to be perfect. I can still help others. And another thing she said was, the powerful quote is, whenever it's dark in your life, the fastest path to the light is not chasing the moon. It's not chasing the lesser light. You keep following after the moon, it's going to take longer to see the sunrise. The fastest path to the light is straight through the darkness, away from the moon. And the deepest, darkest dark soon will be the brightest bright. Joy comes in the morning. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God. Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any is deceiving your own self, oh, I know this word, I know this already, I already know all this, I don't even need to hear all this, I know this already, why are you even saying this? This is just superfluity, you're just speaking and just saying this over and over again, I already know this, but you're deceiving yourself because you're not doing it, you need to hear it again because you're not doing it. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty, and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed. This man shall be blessed in his deed. If any man among you seem to be religious, or bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain. Pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this, to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. Oh man. So good. Praise God.